We have all been there, standing at the very edge of our own strength, looking down into a canyon of doubt and exhaustion. It is a lonely place, isn't it? The world feels heavy on your shoulders. Every effort you make seems to lead to another closed door. Every hope you hold feels like it is slowly slipping through your fingers. This is the moment when a quiet whisper starts in the back of your mind. It says, just stop. It's not worth it. You've done enough. Let it go. This is the moment when quitting feels less like a choice and more like a necessary surrender, a way to finally breathe again after being underwater for so long. That feeling is so real, so powerful. It can make your bones ache and your spirit feel tired. It tells you that you are not strong enough, not smart enough, not good enough. It points to all your past mistakes, all the times you tried and did not succeed. It builds a case against you, using your own memories as evidence. The dream you poured your heart into seems distant and foolish now. The goal that once set your soul on fire now feels like a burden you can no longer carry. You look in the mirror and you don't recognize the hopeful person who started this journey. All you see is someone who is tired of fighting a battle that feels impossible to win. This is the point of maximum pressure. It's where the universe seems to test the very fiber of your being. You might be facing financial hardship, feeling the weight of every bill. You might be dealing with rejection after rejection, hearing the word no so many times it echoes in your sleep. Perhaps you are navigating a personal loss that has left you feeling empty and lost. Or maybe it's a quiet internal struggle, a crisis of faith in yourself and your abilities. This moment, this feeling of wanting to stop everything, is a universal human experience. It connects us all. It is the place where so many stories end, but it does not have to be the end of yours. I want you to know, if you are in that place right now, that you are not alone. Every single person who has ever achieved something truly great has stood exactly where you are standing. They have felt that same pull to give up. They have heard that same whisper telling them to walk away. The air gets thin when you're climbing a mountain, and it's always darkest just before the dawn. This feeling is not a sign that you are meant to fail. It is not a final judgment on your worth or your dream. In fact, it is something else entirely. It is a sign that you are close to something important, something transformative. What if I told you that this moment of wanting to quit is not an ending? What if it is actually a beginning in disguise? Think of it not as a wall, but as a crossroads, a sacred, pivotal point in your life's journey. This is where you get to decide who you are going to be. The path of least resistance, the one that whispers for you to turn back, is always there. It looks easy. It promises relief from the struggle. But there is another path. It is steeper. It is less certain. It demands more from you. But that path, the one that asks you to take just one more step, is where your true power is forged. This is your test. Life is asking you a fundamental question. How badly do you want it? How much do you believe in the dream that lives inside of you? It is easy to be committed when things are going well, when the sun is shining and everyone is cheering you on. But character is not built in the sunshine. It is revealed in the storm. This is your storm. This is your moment to show yourself what you are made of. This feeling of wanting to quit is a signal. It is a sign that you have poured so much of yourself into something that it now has the power to break your heart. That means it matters. That means it is real. When you feel that intense pressure, it is because you are growing. You are stretching beyond your old limits. You are becoming someone you have never been before. Growth is uncomfortable. It is often painful. Like a seed breaking through the hard ground to reach for the light, you must push through resistance to reach your potential. So when you feel like quitting, I want you to pause, take a deep breath, and reframe what is happening. You are not failing. You are being forged. This is the fire that tempers the steel of your soul. This is the point where you get to choose courage over comfort. This crossroads is where your story truly gets interesting. This is the chapter people will remember. Will this be the chapter where you gave up? Or will this be the chapter where you dug deeper than you ever thought you could? Where you found a reserve of strength you never knew you had? The choice is entirely yours. No one can make it for you. This moment is not a punishment. It is a privilege. It is an opportunity to rise, to prove to yourself and to the world that your spirit will not be broken. You are at a crossroads, and the direction you choose next will define everything that follows. History is filled with stories of people who stood at this very crossroads and chose to keep going. They are the legends we look up to. but they were once just people filled with doubt, just like you. Think about Thomas Edison. When he was working to create the light bulb, he faced one failure after another. He tried thousands of times. Can you imagine the frustration? Can you imagine the people telling him he was wasting his time, that he should just give up? But he didn't see it that way. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." He chose to see every misstep not as a failure, but as a lesson. He was not just trying to succeed, he was eliminating the paths that led to failure, getting closer to the truth with every single attempt. Then there is the incredible story of J.K. Rowling. She was a single mother, struggling to get by, living on government assistance. She had a story in her heart about a young wizard, a story that gave her hope. She poured everything she had into writing it, and when she was done, she was rejected. Not once, not twice, but by 12 different publishers. 12 times, someone told her that her dream was not good enough. Imagine the pain of that. It would have been so easy for her to put that manuscript in a drawer and decide the world did not want her magic. But she believed in Harry Potter. She chose to take one more step and send it to one more publisher. That one more step changed her life, and it brought one of the most beloved stories into the world. And what about the sheer force of will of Bethany Hamilton? A talented young surfer with a brilliant future, who at 13 years old lost her arm in a shark attack. For anyone, that would be a devastating, life-altering event. For a professional surfer, it seemed like an absolute end to her dream. The world would have understood if she had never entered the ocean again. But just 1 month after the attack, Bethany was back on her board. She had to relearn everything. She had to find a new way to balance, a new way to paddle, a new way to be strong. Her refusal to quit is a breathtaking testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome anything. We can also look at the life of Walt Disney. Today, his name is a global symbol of dreams and magic, but his path was filled with crushing setbacks. He was fired from a newspaper because they said he lacked imagination. His first animation studio went bankrupt. He faced betrayal and had his creative work stolen. He was told no hundreds of times when he was trying to get funding for his vision of a theme park. He faced so much resistance that a lesser person would have crumbled. But Walt Disney had a vision so strong, a belief so unshakable, that he simply refused to let the world tell him what was possible. He chose his dream over their doubt again and again. The common thread that connects all these incredible people is not that they never felt doubt. It's that they did not let doubt have the final word. They understood that the greatest battle is not fought against the world, but within your own mind. Your mindset is the lens through which you see everything. It can either be a prison that holds you captive in your own fears, or it can be a key that unlocks your true potential. The choice of which it will be is made every single day in every single moment of challenge. It's about, actively choosing to believe in possibility when everything around you is screaming impossibility. Failure is one of life's greatest teachers, but only if you are willing to be its student. When you see a setback as a final verdict on your abilities, you shut down the learning process. But when you see it as feedback, as information, it becomes a powerful tool. Thomas Edison learned 10,000 things not to do. Each failure was a piece of the puzzle. This is the mindset of resilience. It asks, what can I learn from this? What is this experience trying to teach me? How can I do it differently next time? This shifts you from being a victim of your circumstances to being an active creator of your future. You must become the guardian of your own mind. Protect it from the negativity that can seep in from the outside world and from the inside. We all have that inner critic, that voice that loves to tell us we are not enough. Your job is to turn down the volume on that voice and turn up the volume on the voice of hope, the voice of belief. You can do this through positive affirmations, by surrounding yourself with people who lift you up, and by consuming content that inspires and empowers you. Your mind is like a garden. If you do not intentionally plant flowers of hope and strength, weeds of doubt and fear will grow automatically. So how do you cultivate this resilient mindset when you feel broken? You start small. You focus on what you can control. You cannot control whether someone rejects your idea, but you can control whether you refine it and try again. You cannot control a sudden setback, but you can control your response to it. By focusing on your own actions and your own attitude, you reclaim your power. You start to understand that resilience is not something you are born with. It is a muscle. And just like any muscle, it gets stronger every time you use it, especially when it is hard. When the journey gets long and the obstacles seem too big, it is easy to lose your way. This is when you must connect with your why. Your purpose is your anchor in the storm. It is the deep, heartfelt reason you started this journey in the first place. Why does this dream matter so much to you? Who are you doing this for? Is it to create a better life for your family? Is it to share a gift you have with the world? Is it to prove to yourself that you can overcome your past? Your purpose is the fuel for your fire. When you feel like quitting, you must come back to your why. Write it down, say it out loud. Let it remind you that this struggle is for something bigger than just yourself. In the pursuit of a big dream, we often forget to acknowledge how far we have come. We are so focused on the mountaintop that we fail to see the incredible distance we have already climbed. This is why you must learn to celebrate the small wins. Did you take one step today when you felt like staying in bed? Celebrate that. Did you make one phone call you were afraid to make? Celebrate that. Did you learn one new thing from a mistake? Celebrate that. These small victories are proof that you are moving forward. They are the breadcrumbs of progress that keep your hope alive. They build momentum and remind you that you are capable and strong. Having a sense of purpose gives your pain meaning. When you are struggling for a reason, the struggle itself becomes part of a noble story. It is no longer just random suffering, it is a necessary part of the process of creation. Think of J.K. Rowling. Her struggles as a single mother fueled the themes of love, loss, and resilience in her books. Think of Bethany Hamilton. Her pain became a platform to inspire millions of people around the world. Your pain, your struggle, can be the very thing that gives your work its depth, its authenticity, and its power. Do not run from it. Allow it to be part of your story, part of your strength. So I ask you to take a moment today. Reconnect with your purpose. Why did you start? And then look back at your journey and find one small thing, just one, that you can celebrate. Acknowledge your own courage. Acknowledge your own persistence. This practice is not frivolous. It is essential. It is how you refuel your spirit for the road ahead. It is how you remind yourself that every single step, no matter how small it feels, is a step away from where you used to be and a step closer to where you are destined to go. Your purpose is your compass and your progress is your map. In the end, it all comes down to this moment, right now. It all comes down to one simple choice. Will you take one more step? When you feel overwhelmed by the entire mountain ahead of you, do not look at the peak. Just look at the ground in front of you. Focus only on what is required for the next step. Can you make one more call? Can you write one more sentence? Can you try one more time? Can you hold on for one more day? Breaking it down into the smallest possible action makes the impossible feel possible again. The journey of 1,000 miles truly does begin with a single step, and it continues with the next one, and the one after that. Remember that your journey is not just about you. There are people watching you, your children, your friends, your community. They see your struggle, and they see your strength. When you choose to keep going, you give them permission to do the same. When you rise above your doubt, you show them what is possible. You become a living example of resilience. Your story becomes a source of light for someone else who is lost in their own darkness. Your decision to not quit can have a ripple effect that you may never even see, inspiring courage in hearts you may never even know. You are more powerful than you think. Doubt is a part of every great story. It is the dragon that every hero must face. But you do not have to slay the dragon in one mighty blow. You just have to choose not to let it win today. You rise above doubt, not by eliminating it forever, but by taking action in spite of it. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is being afraid and doing it anyway. Hope is not a guarantee of a perfect outcome. It is the belief that a better outcome is possible if you keep trying. Choose hope. Choose courage. Choose to believe in the dream that was planted in your heart for a reason. So stand tall at your crossroads, feel the weight of the moment, and then choose the path of strength. Your breakthrough is so much closer than you think. It is often waiting for you just on the other side of the moment you feel like giving up. This pain you feel may be the beginning of the greatest chapter of your life. Do not quit. Take a deep breath and take one more step. Choosing to keep going can and will change everything. For you and for all the lives you are meant to touch. Your story is not over. Rise.